Hello everyone, and what is going on? Hyperion-Blue-GT here. Today is the fourth week in February on weekly challenges in Gran Turismo 7. Here we have American Sunday Cup 600 to go in the first race at Michelin Raceway, World Atlanta, along with the Tesla Model 3 to go for the 1-man category for a limited time at the Nürburgring Sprint. Also to have lightweight K-Cup will be racing at the east end reverse direction in Autodrome Lago Maggiore, and then the penultimate Porsche Cup in Circuit de Barcelona Catalunya Grand Prix by having a no chicane layout, and then the race car will go in the Watkins Glen Long Course for the WTC 800. This will be doing today's segment. We'll be having 5 events to get all 3 different Gran Turismo credit in ticket type. There's 100,000 to compete in 1 event, 3 events to receive to have 200,000 GT credit, and for only 5 events will be received to have 500,000 Gran Turismo credit. More money, more racing, and different set of challenges to go by few other road cars, and 1 race car is about to be prepared, and this will be doing a very good recommendable to use the Suzuki Jimny XC 2018. Just to be available in the lightweight K-Cup, and I'll have to be here, and this will have to be in the right start before the new day and new set of the challenge. As always, if you're new to my YouTube channel, be sure click the subscribe button, then leave a like and comment at the section down below. Check out the links on the description if you want to see more. Don't forget to click the bell for notification on upcoming content videos in the later future. Let's get ready to go and start for today's weekly challenge. Let's begin. So folks, it was a very much more late as ever for myself, so I just really might need to change the schedule to go early on time. That's why I just really might need to have 5 events we'll be doing on the main checkmark to go in 3rd place or higher for this part of the previous segment until this one has got to work very perfectly. So this will have to take the first race in the American Sunday Cup 600, as I have to go for the Tesla Model 3 Performance 2023 will be at the ready before moving on in race number 2 at the Nürburgring Sprint. Somehow, all that car recommendation picked for myself to be planned and mapped out, and that will have to take 1 American electric vehicle to find a good line and good capable to be driving in all-wheel drive. That's why the custom parts are now being equipped, installed, and racing tires only to have a good suggested performance if I really might need to go faster, stronger, and catching up to have some few other vehicles in gas power. So I got everything purchased to have 3 types of racing compound tires. I'll have to prefer to go on racing hard, medium, or soft. Calculate performance, and there you go. Let's roll and do the 10 position. We'll be on the get-go. But I'm very sure to see how electric vehicle does might be a very good decent amount of acceleration to be in drive mode. But I'll have to get down to do some concentration and have this part to be minor update. Okay, overtake on the Ford Mustang. Got to slow down gently. Got to overtake the yellow Camaro. Now go by the blue in 7. Just like that, gas powered vehicle can actually to go by number of gears, and the Tesla Model 3 Performance can actually to go faster in drive mode. Now coming around to have turn 6, classic muscle cars on the lineup, Chevy Camaro, Ford Mustang Mach 1, and Dodge Challenger. Got to kick it up in the high gear and go single in drive. But very smooth and saloon electric car to be well capable to have a good tires and slick for motorsport use. It could be quite preferred to have a one single Group X category despite of the title from Gran Turismo Sport in different category of classes. So there's Emily Jones on the third. Got the dive in at turn 12. Moving up in lap number 2 to have a faster lap time in 1 minute 36.710 seconds. Got to let Ego Fraga to go past. Good for him. Watch the balance and stay master in the first generation Corvette as a 1958. Gonna stay on him and go exit in turn 5. Okay, almost there. Got to go overtake on Daniel Solis. Same as ever, using the 2002 Dodge Viper GTS. Now that's the ticket. First place for the Model 3 Performance is fully electrifying in the lead. Now I'll have to take the good defense and moving up on Sector 3 to have turn 10 in point A and B. Very much more fine competent and one single amount of custom parts to be referred as a fully electric tuner car. But it might be quite possible if electric cars can actually become as tuner electric vehicle that could give up with some good, most fine swag. Only for the Model 3 that could be quite doing some custom parts is going to be a bit more style and more fine decent tuning in different spec. Here comes the final lap. Got to go dive in to have the S's. Stop at turn 5. Wow, looks like this is going to be quite very good to be piece of cake. A matter of the challenge to go racing up with gas-powered American vehicle by facing with a single electric car. But it does actually to be similar to the Model S Performance back from 2012. But the Model 3 from last year is still putting up to have some good amount of potential without any tuning parts installed. Just the tires only, and good to be on the rarity choice to have a matter of all-wheel drive performance to be using on the track. Now gonna have to take the final turn, going up on turn 11. Now steady carefully on turn number 12. Alright, one check mark complete. Then this is going to be a very good piece of cake. I really hope this has got to work. New day awaits, and total time on the US Sunday Cup 600 in Michelin Raceway, Road Atlanta by 4 minutes, 42.777 seconds, with a faster lap time I took is 1 minute, 31.15 seconds. But after all, electric cars might have a good amount of capable to be using on racing tires to beat a strong, powerful sports car in the US. That's 60,000 GT credit. There you go. Right on the first ticket, and good receipt to be competing in a weekly challenge on the early start. Now gonna have to do an exit without save a replay. Management does matter because I might need to save few of them for the Group 1 prototype series in the next one. So, as I ever think about electric cars is quite very more faster than gas-powered vehicles when you're entered in American Sunday Cup 600. However, only one special event to be going over to be at the Nürburgring on sprint layout. But I will have to take 3 laps as usual. Gonna have to go switched up back and use the soft compound tires in sports category, entered, and be prepared to be well amazed and have this special event for only a limited time only to have a requirement in replay. Same as ever from Michelin Raceway World Atlanta, Nürburgring Sprint is just to be on the main basic beginner for all electric cars. So now it'll have to go right in, and putting up to have 10th position will be on the get-go. But I know you guys really think about this special event is also to be exclusive by using the Model 3 performance. Just have some good respect and have this part of the limited only for this week. I do love about the Tesla Model 3 to have a very good placement in special event. Just to have a good matter of concentration and good drive mode in practice. So let's get it on and have the first turn to go applied in the brake. Got to stay behind in 10th. Gonna have to catch up to Echelon. Enter turn number 2. Straight forward, then apply the brake on turn 3 at the left. Okay, almost there. Just only 0.2 seconds to go, and turn 4 will be going on a shortcut. Okay, that's one down. 9 to go. Then gonna have to proceed on the left. Or starter curve going on the right. Just like that, and sports soft tires is very more decent rather than using on the racing tires. Now climbing up onto the 6, got to slow down and do the chicane, clean, and one Tesla Model 3 only at a time. Okay, there's Hyperion is in the 5th. Got to go in lap number 2 in about 8 seconds. Got to go on the brake. Patient and matter term commit. Alright, there we go. Almost there. I see Robert Heck. He's on the 4th, then going dive in. Okay, back to sector 2. Just have to stay on the line and go around to have a shortcut in turn 4. By only a few Tesla Model 3 without custom parts installed. This one is quite very good to have a one single tuner spec model is quite actually to be drivable and fully well electric and all-wheel drive. That's why I just really love to enjoy it and perfectly well on the track. Almost there to have the 3rd position that I'm currently in. There's S. Suzuki coming up on 2nd, followed by T. Labutue in 1st. But here it comes. Final lap. Down to the total gap in 2 seconds remaining. Let's do this. Come on, just gonna go climb up. I had to go aim in 1st. Just wait and do the same pattern on turn 2. Got to keep a good attempt to pass and be on the lookout on Suzuki when blocking in the way. Come on, almost there. There's the signal. Alright, that's nice. Now, lap boot away. I'm coming in and have the worst starter curve. We'll be almost there until now. Come on, just gonna go pushing up. Alright, almost there. Got to commit. Oof. So close. And claim to be proceed on the final turn. So there you go. Faster lap time is now being updated in a minute. 39 seconds to have a decimal. We'll be putting up to be on the main surprise to have checkmark number 2 on weekly challenges in number 4. Tough as nails and good by having a decent exercise to go for having a 5-minute time to have 4 minutes, 58.165 seconds, and of course a decimal of 0.990 seconds in around a minute and 39. Just to be stopped on lap number 3, and one Tuner Spec Model 3 performance is now being claimed on the podium. Unlike the same car without custom parts installed, but that could be quite giving some matter of performance point. Performance point will go for increase a little bit more. But there you go. Clean race bonus is now being good to be saved, and special event on race number 2 is done and done. But it's not over yet because I have 3 more to go. Will be currently to be on check. That's why more money, more racing, and roulette tickets without it, because credit tickets only at this time. Now I'll have to save a replay to be on a reminder because last time I just went down to do some lap time challenges at Mount Panorama Motor Racing Circuit. But I just really might need to go moving on without saving a replay because a lot of helpful tips might need to go for having a tough decent effort to go around on the mountains when you're on Sector 2 and Sector 3 to go up and go down by using the Genesis X GR3. Now on to the third race, the Lightweight K-Cup at Autodrome Lago Maggiore in East End Reverse. This will be a very good additional lineup by having a Suzuki Jimny XC 2018. That's why I'll have to use it right now and put up to have my UDRS Insportec livery to go by having a minimum requirement to go in 400 or less. Now I have 399.58 performance point, and that means it's good to go. Few other lightweight K cars might be surprised to see a 454 K car in the same type is going to be a very good additional by surprise. By having an all-wheel drive, FF, FR, and MR drivetrain layout is definitely might have a good additional to have some K cars to this day ever since from the previous update to have this event, and of course the Jimny XC is now being welcomed for this event. I'll have to get ready up. 454 will go topping up and putting up on 16th position. And I'm up. Going in to have the first turn by the opposite direction. But it does work. 454 does matter rather than using in the FF or MR drivetrain layout along with the FR like the Suzuki Cappuccino 1991. Got to stick it to the game plan and go right in. A bit more slower, a bit more faster, need to kick it up in the low gear. Good overtake on Nicholas Babiller. Got a good eye on Kei Kawakami. Down I go in Sector 2. There you go. Moving up to the 14th. Total gap distance in 16 seconds. Okay, got a good eye on Patrick Basson. Daihatsu Koppen is currently to be on the station around. Got to go slipstream and go full throttle to climb up in gear number 5. I'm really sure that the tuning work might be very good to be helpful if I have to do the drill and do some preparation to go for this race. Okay, looks like I see the rest of the group go by 3. Then gonna wait for Takuma Minasono. Overtake the Honda S660. Third lap. Got to get there on time and just keep a good pushing 454 all-wheel drive style. That's 1 minute. 2.120 seconds is update in the faster lap time. Alright, there's Derucci. Got to get closer to him. More faster, more increase the pace. I hope the Jimny XC still need to do a lot of faster work to go catching up with some few other K roadsters. The element of 454 is all about to have a good faster on the pace, to have a transmission gear to go kick it up and just have that good improvement by a balance of performance. Just only having the 4th lap is now going on. Faster lap time update in a minute, 1.343 seconds. Got to let Kevelham to go first. I'll have to pass him later. Then going back in sector 2. Keep it steady. Save it for Ryota Kokuban on 6th place. Alright, good commit. Now going on in lap number 5. 5 more to go. Next up, Iga Fraka, followed by T. Yamanaka. I see the other 3 right now. Koke Lopez in the lead, followed by Mikhail Hisal on 2nd and Giorgio Mangalo in 3rd. So let's give it for a super pace of the UTRS and Sportec. We'll go on a lightweight K-Cup in 454. All-wheel drive tarmac style, then paces up, slipstream, and follow the line on the session. That could be a minute, 1.075 seconds to go by penultimate in lap number 6. Got to go counter steering. Overtake on the Koppen. There we go. Right on the pass on Giorgio Mangalo. And then Mikhail Hisal on the 2nd. Alright. Got to save it for the final lap. Gonna reach up to Coque Lopez in about 2.2 seconds to go by reaching the end of lap number 6. Much more 454 and all-wheel drive by facing up with some lightweight K cars on roadster style. That'll have to take a good decent amount of acceleration, sensitivity, and full slipstream to get there nearby. We're almost there. This will have to take a final showdown between me and Coque Lopez. Then let's give it a good K, drop the hammer, and make that final sector to go back in the way. Okay, watch the downhill. Finally made it. Keep that grip up tight. Close call. And the final turn is now being claimed on the podium for the Suzuki Jimny XC. Yes, third check mark is good to go to be done. What a very good lightweight K car, folks. Only one 454 vehicle by a debut, and this is how this recommended vehicle is going to be yours to have. But if possible, just have to choose between the Cappuccino, Copen S660. Beat is what you need to have some 4 different kinds of Japanese K car. But the Fib is much more fine, excellent, and perfect balance in 454. That's a total time in 7 minutes, 11.498 seconds, and fastest lap I took is 1 minute, point decimal of 258 seconds. Yep, it takes a lot of tough muscle out there to have one 454 Suzuki Jimny is what you need to have a good tuning work to get settled in and go for having a major line of main ejected. That's why for only new Gran Turismo players to be participate to have one menu book available when using the Jimny XC. That's 52,500 GT credits, and there's the second one. 200,000 Gran Turismo credit is acquired. Just 2 more to go, and replay will be on a captured thumbnail. Just like this, only one attempt, and have the second one to be in a better view. Just only a second thumbnail is all I need to have. So next up, the no chicane layout on Circuit de Barcelona Catalunya Grand Prix on the Porsche Cup. That's why the only way to have the main effort out there to have one ejected to go by unparticipate. That's why I just really need to have this one for the full walkthrough, and especially of course to have the Schwarzwald League is now currently to be exclusive for German vehicles along with the Ferrari Circuit Challenge. Now, on to do some main mandatory requirement to be settled up and choose available Porsche vehicle between on the road car or race car. But I still got the Porsche 918 Spyder 2013 that we just received from the Michelin Time Trial Challenge at Road Atlanta. But it does work. It'll have to go requirement by having one restrictor to be purchased by having a performance adjustment and weight to be on the ballast, and don't forget hard compound tires only in sports category to have one major step up requirement. Now on to do some tuning, give it a little bit more reduced, calculate check, almost there, and that should be doing well. That's 87% and putting up to have 770 horsepower on the 918 Spyder. I'll have to add this event to my full walkthrough as an encore. But it might be a very much more suitable recommend by change of performance due to the limitation on 650. But it might have a very good special variation on the Porsche 918 Spyder after being participate in the Michelin Time Trial Challenge at Road Atlanta. But it's about time, and this is going to be having a 5-lap challenge to be on rolling start. But here's a tip from Angel Inestrosa before entered on the race menu. This is Angel Inestrosa from Chile. The Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya used different configuration depending on the event being held. Note that for this configuration, you do not need to go through the chicane just before the last corner. No chicane, just to have 14 turns is now being included. Now let's get started, folks. Traction will have to be set in 1. Rolling start in 16th place. We'll be heading off. Gonna overtake Jose Serrano. Angel Inestrosa is on the Porsche 959 1987. Good thing, one lucky Michelin livery on the 918 spotter is good to be an amount of special potential. So I had to control well and race it wisely to have a good clean pass of overtake. Okay, coming in on sector 2. Got the next 2 Porsche 911s is on the 11 and 10 place. Just keep it steady. Good on the opening. Now embrace it to have a good brake zone by coming in on the TV3 in turn number 6, 7, and go climbing up by the apex in turn 8. Okay, almost there. Got the overtake and Reinhardt and Beckler moving up to the 8. Okay, very good. The car is doing much more motion and all-wheel drive is capable in balance. Now for the shortcut, got to go around on Catalunya in the final turn at turn number 14 instead of turn number 16 with chicane. Second lap, got to keep it up and have a good patience to go back on the first turn. And there's W. Gottlieb, currently driving in the Porsche 911 GT3 2009. Hold it steady, and there's T. Bayless. Type 997 overtake in 7. Now going back in sector 2 by currently in 6. I see Jonathan Wong coming up on 4th, currently driving in the Porsche Cayman GT4 2016. Real car version and predecessor to the Club Sport version. Sugawara is on the 4th. Got to get back up. Wait for the pass and slow motion in turn number 9. Back on sector 3. Come on, just gonna stay closer to Patrick Basson. Type 996 911 GT3 is doing well expertise since Tokyo Expressway on WTC 600. Okay, halfway there, folks. Third lap is going on the roll. Faster lap time is in a minute, 57.133 seconds. All I have to do is gonna have to keep a good motion and speed, handling respawn, and patiently to go follow through by having a few amount of seconds to catch up to Adriano Carrozza in first place. All I have to see it right now because dropping down to go by 5.5 seconds to go. I'm just really gonna add this up to be on the full walkthrough as a major attempt encore. Okay, gonna have to watch myself. TB3 is very more tougher to be slowed down and just gonna have to go a little bit more climbing up the speed. Almost there. Back into sector 3. Nope, not gonna go off the track. Got to stay on the track. A bit more close call. Now for the Catalunya. Traction, switching up, and go off safety in 0. There you go. Going a little bit faster and drop the gap by going down in 2.9 seconds. Just see how the inside apex for the Porsche 918 Spider is very more competent to be faster in a hypercar all-wheel drive. Unlike the Porsche Carrera GT, it has the similar to be in a major mid-engine drivetrain to be prior to have the 918 Spider to have the same different amount of midship performance. But it actually does to have a hybrid powered vehicle can also to be charged up and go increase to have a good amount of acceleration and good on the cornering. But the fourth lap just had to be a bit more closer, nearly there. But still might need to catch up to Adriano Carrozza. He's still doing more decent expert and going proud in Porsche. Come on, just gonna have to get back on the track. Got to take that more exercise to be on the 13 and 14. Here comes the final lap. Got to kick it up in the high gear and go slipstream to pass Adriano Carrozza. There you go. Right in schedule and proceed to be in the first turn to go back in again. Another piece of cake by having a patient until going faster in the lead. Just to have 4 laps we'll have to do climbing up, and then the last one before entered in the 5th lap is where you can actually to have a good station on the defense when you're in first place. Okay, coming around to have turn number 5. Adriano Carrozza is going on the offense. I had to defend. Got to take TB3. Going up on turn 6 through turn number 8. Then going full stretch to have a more increased second to go around by 0.9 seconds. Final sector, this is it. I'll have to switch it to the hood cam and go for a better view before the WTC 800 is waiting for me. Come on, deaccelerate and modest to go up in a gear. There we go. Porsche 918 Spotter Michelin themed livery is cleared on the podium. We race for change, and for checkmark is now being done by having a good penultimate complete. Man, I just really love about this livery. Michelin time trial and perfectly to go faster up and concentrate in Circuit de Barcelona Catalunya Grand Prix with no chicane. But I know, it might have a good moment to have a total time to be around in 9 minutes to have 46 seconds. And there's first place, 81,000 GT credits to have a good amount of prize. By standard, no clean race bonus because it might need to be a bit more gentle and Porsche fragile. But a bit more tip of the replay to have the capture thumbnail image to go right over here, a bit more blurry, then that will be doing a main source of the requirement by having a good replay saved. By original and full walkthrough to have this main encore to have my very own course to be on a major step of the practice. Just for me because I just really prefer to have some full walkthrough ideas to myself. So here comes the final race in week number 4 in February on Weekly Challenge. World Touring Car 800 at Watkins Glen Long Course. This will be doing the 5th one to get 500,000 Gran Turismo credit in credit ticket. Now, I'll have to be ready up and go using with a Nissan GT-R Nismo GT500 2016 with the UDRS Inspirtec livery will be at the go. Racing car compound tires check, then weather forecast is going to be a bit much more brighter and time condition to go by afternoon and prior to have the evening around the time. By having a one concentration to see how 19 Group 3 cars versus 1 Group 2 cars. But you know the method and the pattern is for having a main part of the challenge to have this race is going in for having a major encore. That's why I'm just always be prepared and the challenge will go up and faster to be well embraced and putting up to have some strategy to be put up on power 2 or mid lane 3. Here I go. Final race is now beginning. I'm going offense and overtake one at a time. There's Adam Wilk. Got to go approaches at the bus stop chicane. Entered sector 2. I know what to do. I just really need to catch up and race the line to go applied overtake to get there for only the first half of the 5 lap. Okay, going by the dog leg. Got to wait Daniel Solis. Switching up on power 1. Next sector in number 3. Okay, gonna have to be extra careful on Summit Bishop to change different position by lane. Gonna have to go quick recovery Then moving on in sector 4. Okay, that's good. Got to stay behind and catch us up to Baglio Gallo. Fuel is at 88%. Entered lap number 2. Got to dive in and leave one extra space for Ryota Kokubun in the RX Vision GT3 concept. Okay, coast is clear on turn 2. Going up on turn 3. Alright, 12th place. Now, gonna have to go resume the main chase. Okay, good overtake on Koke Lopez. Same goes to Lucas Ordonez. I'm on a 10. Now gonna have to catch up by having a single double overtake when comes around, goes around. Got to let Matthew McEwen to go first, then come back again on sector 3. Okay, very excellent respawn. Got to let Yamanaka to go past. "14 seconds to go. Just keep trying, folks. I'm just always getting warmed up, and be prepared for only one hard racing strategy." Third lap, 7 more to go. By having Group 2 or Group 1 along with individual vehicles to be on the racing category could be quite compatible to be entered on Watkins Glen International by long course in the WTC 800. That's why the minimum requirement to go by 800 performance point is going to be your only best effort to be using on different types of race car by category that you really might need to go overtake with some few other Group 3 cars. But you already done it by having homework to go by research to see that which kind of your favorite race car when entered at Watkins Glen International Long Course to have the WTC 800 to do a matter of small grinding work. But it takes first place and settled by strategy when using the hard racing compound tires by additionally to do some matter of line of racing strategy to go for the apexes. But you guys will have to do your part, and I'll have to do mine, and we always have to keep on racing, stay clean, and be as a good ordinary Gran Turismo player. But I just really hope if I won't be here for the 3rd season on the GTWS, Nations Cup, and Manufacturers Cup, we'll be starting out to have the main date as usual to go by Wednesdays and Saturdays. Okay, Fast Speed Beer Boys at the pit. Just have to wait, then go to lap number 4. I've just always had to take a little bit much more free time to do some participation in weekly challenges. But yesterday, I just took to go by late without receiving 3 prizes at once. Always be a reminder, folks, be here on time and have a good start of the new weekly challenges to go by 5 race event whenever you really need to have some received prizes to go earlier. But sometimes being late is not my cup of tea. Just like lap time challenges, of course, but it obviously that might need to do a little bit much more gaming errand as a YouTuber. Okay, so let's see how the fuel is doing well. 61%. Then gonna have to catch up to Ed Portilla, currently driving in a Dodge Viper SRT GT3R 2015. It's only down to 8 seconds, going back by 0.1. I'll have to kick it in overdrive. There he is. He's at the pits. Now's my chance. Go by reinforcement and do lap number 5 in the halfway mark. Well, by having the next week in weekly challenges for the 5th one until moving forward in March, whenever I see another WTC 800 to go on a different track, that's why I'll have to choose the Ferrari 458 Italia GT3 with a Has-Been Hotel livery with Charlie Morningstar. But hey, looks like some Gran Turismo player just made a Has-Been Hotel livery is quite very good and much fine to become as a series variation to Charlie Morningstar. But definitely not to mention about the pilot version is actually to be quite very good to be as original. But the new one is quite very more excellent and quite very amazing. But heck, that's one hell of the 458 Italia GT3 to be served as a fan art. Courtesy by the series creator is now being set on television in Amazon Prime. But I just really might have to be watching on Has-Been Hotel and Helluva Boss. But I mean, Helluva Boss is one heck of a show that is quite giving some more thrill of the action. But I mean, more action, more comedy, and even some few other drama by having some moments. So it's on the 6th lap, just 4 more to go. Got to keep it up and keep a good clean racing to have more money. Just money, 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 money. Well, I just really might need to watch a Bo when battling Holly Kalani talking about money. Well, I kind of say that I really love about this most hilarious anime battles of all time, because that might have this part of the segment because it's all about money. But I do understand about the part of the anime, and this part of the week topic is going to be quite good on racing. Back on Sector 3, total gap distance is still doing well. Got to keep hold down the fuel and just go around in 44%. Ten seconds is on the update. Ego Praga is going offense to beat my total gap. Pardon me. 10 seconds, back on track. Three more to go. Alright, Ego Praga is at the pit. That should buy some time and wait for Mikhail Hisal. We'll have to be patient, and he is on the second. Okay, almost there. Keep that line up in motion and go on the right corner. Heading back to the chute. I'm always gonna have to be well prepared to have a total amount of 3 Gran Turismo credit on ticket is gonna have to be having some 800,000 credit to go in total. That's why more racing, more grinding, and more matter of perspective to see which of your favorite race car to go entered on WTC 700 at Le Mans and WTC 800 at Spa-Francorchamps in 24-hour layout. But I prefer both of them, and including Tokyo Expressway in WTC 600. But I don't know which one is going to be look like for the World Touring Car 900 to have a most finest advanced difficult level of all time. If it's going to be in the Nürburgring 24-hour track, well, I don't know. Just have your comments for having a main guess about having a content event prediction if the World Touring Car 900 is going to be take place at the Nürburgring 24-hour track. But it might have a brand new latest event since Spec 2 update from November 2023. Only 2 more laps to go. Got to keep racing and eyes on the prize. Okay, Ed Portela is back in the second. 40 seconds is going way behind from the other racers to go line up by catching up in Trailblazer. Such good recommend Group 2 car is very good on the WTC 800. Fuel is at 29%. I'm always never get bored. Always have to keep racing and get focused. Here comes the 9th lap. Got to catch up to the 20th position driver, and I bet it's going to be Angel Inestrosa from position 19. Got to keep climbing up and go on the main chase. Almost there. Got to do that outer loop. I see Angel Inestrosa still in the 20th place. Blue's out. Still got enough fuel to stay in hold by over 20%. Got to stay ahead and stay behind Inestrosa. Outside corner to be passed and going up to be in the blue zone. There's always having one race to have a 5th check mark to go for having a high earning in credit ticket to have 500,000 is waiting for me to be entered before moving up to the final lap. This is it. Just one more lap and then the 4th week in February is all done. Now I'll have to drop the hammer and watch the percentage till I really might need to go exactly in below 10%. Okay, here goes the bus stop chicane. Go by the inner. Now go by the outer. Just only one Super GT 500 to take the lead and claim on the podium to get there to have 2 more sectors to go. Okay, Portilla is coming back at the pits. Currently on 3rd, Igor Fraka is back in the 2nd. It's going to get nearly close. 10% on the field remaining, and a new day awaits to have a good 5th check mark to go by having a receipt of a roulette ticket to go by a bearable. Just almost there. Have the final turn check. And there we go. First place and cleared on the podium. Yes! Green check mark number 5 is done and complete, viewers. Made it on time and good on the arrival. Now that's a good recommend race car competition in Watkins Glen International Long Course. That's 17 minutes, 49.426 seconds to have a faster lap time I took recently in 1 minute, 44.337 seconds. Alright, 3 credit tickets and more money, more racing, and job complete to have a good thrill of competition. That's 300,000 GT credits to get much more extra of earning. And there you go, 3-star roulette ticket on today's driving marathon by a latest daily, along with 500,000 Gran Turismo credit to be added as an extra. Man, this is going to be quite good to have my favorite kind of a weekly challenge, racing to make some more grinding cash. And also to have one other thing about to have some major grinding work when you're entered to be in Le Mans for the WTC 700, Spa-Francorchamps in 24-hour layout for WTC 800, plus road car or race car in WTC 600 at Tokyo Expressway. But I still like it, and good to be having exactly to have a good notification to head back to the GT garage. I really hope the update on weekly challenges to go by notice, and that's why it needs to be a major step of the update to go by minimum requirement until the number of days left until the Bulgari Aluminum Vision GT will be available in Brand Central. Now let's go and collect some good earnings. Let's have 100,000, 200,000, and 500,000. Very good, and that brings out to have a good total amount to have 800,000 Gran Turismo credits in 3 separate credit tickets. Now I'll have to use on 3-star roulette ticket to be available that I just really need to have a short of reward challenge. Let's open up and see which prize should I get. Okay, very close. I almost had it to have 100,000 Gran Turismo credit to be reduced down to 10,000. That's very good to have a current balance I took to have 42,510,617 Gran Turismo credits. Only one 3-star to go, and that's it for now. Just give me one pick up a car or credit. Yep, I guess more credit it is. That's another 10,000 GT credits and solid ridge and good amount of participation. So You guys did very good. That's why the 4 weekly challenges is all about race well to get 3 tickets on money. But it might have to take some good matter of favorite events during the part of the challenge in this segment. But after all, the Tesla Model 3 performance is quite very good to be available to be racing in the Nürburgring Sprint along with the American Sunny Cup 700 at Michelin Raceway Road Atlanta. By having the third one in the Lightweight K-Cup, the Suzuki Jimny XC 2018 is very good to be additional to have a fifth Japanese K car with a different drivetrain to go 4x4 in all-wheel drive. But not to mention because it takes... Hang on. Let me get back to you. But it might be a bit more helpful to have some few other parts needed and installed very well to have a better amount of performance to go by under 400. The Porsche Cup is very much more fine challenging when racing in Circuit de Barcelona Catalunya Grand Prix with no chicane. That could be quite very good to have this one to be in the full walkthrough onto my list, and of course one Group 2 car as I currently using for the 2016 Nissan GT-R Nismo GT500 at Watkins Glen International to have a very good stepping stone and go matter of trailblazing to have a matter of faster to stay in the lead. But it was a lot of fun out there, viewers. Good to be on time and good to be here to have a major arrival for having this part of the day that you have to be here before the start of a new day after finishing on week number 3. So I'll have to wrap this up before at the end of the video till I just really might need to continue on in 2 races in Group 1 Prototype Series along with the other 3 to go by additional. But it might need to have some more card collection to be stopped by at the GT Cafe. I'll have to continue on and work hard until I have to be available to have 2 lap time challenges on 2 road cars in different locations with 1 European and 1 vintage Ford Roadster at Grand Valley South in reverse direction. So thank you for enjoying watching the video on Gran Turismo 7. I hope you enjoyed. Go subscribe to my YouTube channel for a like, comment, then click the bell for notification on upcoming content videos if you'd like to see. Follow me on Deepnet Art, Instagram, Twitter, GT Planet, Patreon, Discord, and more social media platforms. And don't forget to check it out all of my screenshot images on UDRS in Sportec, Vision Total Drama, and Dream Art Livery Style Dispenser presented by myself, Hyperion-Blue-GT, as you may ever welcome at any time. I'll be see you guys next time on Gran Turismo 7, and I look forward to see you again in the next video. Keep on racing, stay clean.